Heritage TV, promoting African culture.
Motion for the need for government to employ more public primary school teachers to sponsor rural primary education system in the state. Honorable Secretary to the work us out to the house and family leader Bijajola saying that's why you will sponsor the house. Note that primary education forms the bedrock of education and development of the child. In other words, primary education serves as learning foundation for pupils. The curriculum for basic education involves 6 years of primary education and 3 years of junior secondary school education. Further note that early stage of learning sets the foundation for future academic achievement, social emotional development, and cognitive skills, which will help children to succeed in life and save their future education. Research has shown that children who receive quality education are more likely to go on to complete secondary and attend tertiary education respectively. Observe that of teachers in the public primary school are progressive is now a great concern and challenge and threat that is facing primary education systems in the state. We all know the role of teachers in the primary school setting. It is second to none in the case of quality primary education. Teachers are critical resources in every society, in teaching strongly influence what and how much we achieve in school.
Mr. Speaker, my name is Honorable Adebisi Yusuf, the Deputy Chief Whip of this 10th Assembly, and I represent the group people of the Southwest Local Government Constituency 1. I stand up today to second the motion moved by the leader of the House and co-opted by my Honorable Adiola. I also want to lay my voice by saying or putting an advice to His Excellency on this motion that while the recruitment will be going on, because I know definitely do that because it's a matter of urgency in the primary school and secondary school level. I would like to urge it to please include a favorable number of youth in the recruitment in order to at least reduce the level of unemployment amongst the youth in the state. Thank you very much.
Distinguished Honorable colleague, my name is Honorable Akinshode Olajide, Honorable Representative Lagos State Constituency. One value, cherish, treasure, acknowledge and enjoy, and oblige with the movers of the motion. I want to state it categorically that the right honorable speaker, this motion already had a draft on this particular motion. What happened just specifically 2 weeks ago was I was invited to the Head Teachers Association meeting of the state chapter, and they started these arguments, and they felt my presence at the government is an opportunity for them to express their heartfelt feeling. And the first thing that they made mention was, since 2015, that was the last time they had the promotion at the level 15 as a graduate. 2015, that was the last time at the level 15. Secondly, if we calculate the last time they had a recruitment with the present workforce they have now, that they have only 2,800 jobs. That means if you are a head teacher, you still serve as a classroom teacher. So, in another word, it shows that they are only working, they only have the kind of what do I call it, figure head as a head teacher, but still working as a teacher. And they made a complaint about some of the infrastructures too, at the lowest level of even when they have stopped the fund of the Brent Association. So they always ask themselves, going as far as buying chalks and some other things like that. It has gone to a level that the head teachers, according to their complaint, have gone to a situation whereby they don't even have time for their home because they have to take care of their students. So it's so saying we have to take a very good and drastic step to to ensure that you pass the right message to the executive so that they can come to their aid. And of course, when they come to their aid, they are coming to the citizen aid at the same time. Thank you so much.
Representing about Northeast State Constituency 2. The motion before us today is a matter that has been overdue, but to start with, you have to commend the government of Engineer Abedulu Ashiri-Makinde, because at the exception 1.0, this administration was able to employ secondary school teachers to the tune of over 7,000. But it is very true and it is sad to see the detrimental fault that we have in our primary school, which is the bedrock of the education in the States. And it is known to all of us that the primary school, our initial change of teachers, has not been functioning in the right way. I will lend my voice by telling you that my mother is a retired head teacher in the school here in Odia. In the primary school, as I'm talking to you today, they have less than 10 teachers to man over 20 classrooms. That means they have an overwhelming job. So I will join my colleagues, lending my voice to appeal to the state government that something drastic has to be done as fast as possible. Thank you very much.
Those who are from the rural areas, I have already seen 10 teachers. We are talking about 2 teachers, including the HM in some schools. We are not even 10 teachers, and we are even overstating it. I have instances, if you go to community primary school, you know, including the HM, there are those 2 teachers there. Ogogo, the same thing there. Ogujiwu, the same thing. I can start naming up to 20 schools there. So, and I say it, when we came on board in 2019, we were basing our campaign policies on reducing the number of out-of-school pupils. How do we reduce the number of out-of-school pupils when we don't have teachers in the schools? There's a complex interplay between these 2 things. We have, the government is saying we are been able to bring back 64,000 numbers of pupils back to school. But I'm saying the categorically that the majority of them are even out of school again. Because there's nothing for them to do there. So I would like us to even urgently declare a state of emergency in that sector. Not pass any resolution that is not binding. That's my submission, Mr. Speaker.
This motion is very, very necessary. It's more than motion again. But when you are talking of the school, we talk about the primary school. Everybody started from the primary school. If you don't go to the primary school, you can never further to secondary school. And then in the time of our campaign, we promised them, because they believe that we focus on secondary school. We only give them the teacher to teach secondary school, which our government refused to amend and to give them the primary school, which want to tell them that everything is a gradual process, and this is time. And which I believe that our government itself knows that we need teachers in the primary school, especially in my own local government, which applies to everybody here in various local governments, that we lack of primary teachers in every way. And I believe our government itself knows very well, and there's a listed man that is ready to serve these people over your state. By doing this, I believe we need to have a little patience, which we are going to carry on this. And then the chairman of the on education, immediately we started all this. He has a lot of things to do. I don't know who's going to be the chairman of education, but just a party show honorable for which have been there before. We need to touch your trust and this time around. This is not a matter of I cannot face them, I cannot do this. It's my leader, it's my this. That one has gone. When we go out for them, they will matter them. If you cannot fight them, they will fight us. It's whether we fight them before they fight us. This time around, if we don't do it, we will do it. Because we cannot trust the citizen
serious this motion, and I want to commend the member of the motion. I will start the motion with my personal story, primary school education. You see, my parents are from parents, two of them, they don't even have privilege to have secondary education. My father and my mother. Even I doubt if people finish primary education. Try to reach it. That's why I'm the first child. So, and they are struggling, they are poor parents. So, if I'm born around that I could where other stuff, where I'm born. So, and it took one of primary school close. For me to give me many support. From that, I was just sent to one of the secondary school. We were in high school, nothing. So, they said that when I finished secondary school, I happily could speak simple English. That when I was having my quiet, they were saying nobody should speak vernacular. And they took my share. I can't say, I don't want to say it. I'm writing quiet. I have to sit somewhere. How could that do? If I didn't have to say, they are taking my share. Secondary school. When I still have to attend every day. Don't, please don't laugh. You need that here, God will ask us. That's why here we pray, God our prayer. Too many churches everywhere. We are hypocrites. What was saying? When it's in church, everywhere is church, it's nothing. We do not sincere. That's why the Western world will pay little. You see the blessing everywhere because they love their people. This is why you see happen. And you see what happened to me almost 30 years ago. They still happen now. Most of them they are not robbery. I took jam 7 times to get admission. I wrote my head 6 times to pass my head. Because I was running that I would go to school because I'm born to a poor family, I'm born to poverty. And God saw my heart. He said, "When he helped me through, there was given admission because of my name." Imagine that. And I had my 4 years, no extra here. God really helped me. See, today, that foundation I did appreciate affecting me. There are some words I cannot pronounce. I will call my child. Not your possibility going to me. That is sincere. Please, we are not laughing. So, we need to go to the clearance of knowledge of this. And the government cannot do it alone. The decay in that sector is massive. The number of data on my table. The person from school innovation. That's not the mission of teacher. That is the point of instruction. Nothing. Go here. Most of us here, we are representing people. None of us can put our people and our child in any of the public schools. We are wicked in this country. And that's why the person saying we are pastor, we are this and that. Our heart is not sincere. So we need to call. Like my brother just said, I don't remember, state of emergency to look for policy that will enable the government to raise funds, trust fund, a lot of funds that we have. They don't have money to raise anything. Yeah, I don't know what would be to update how to get money. The bill was somehow done Sunday. Let's call it, state of emergency, to assist the executive. His hand is pushing, he's doing his best. He can't do himself. We are here looking for a way to get money. Educational question. We have it, they are right there. Because we have money. Let's consider another way possible to help this situation. The situation is very worried about destruction. Please, not only teacher, the end of the motion will be adjusted to acknowledge that. Because God look at us, we are not sincere, and God will answer us. That is just it.
He has a lot of knowledge about what happens in the Ministry of Education as the immediate chairman of the House Committee on Education. A lot has been done on education under Institute 1.0. I believe over 7,000 teachers were employed, but they was focused on test one. Now our focus is on primary school, which is also equally very, very important. We have to collaborate with the executive to know exactly what their immediate plans are. To declare state of emergency, I believe at this point, without going into more details, would be jumping the gun, putting the cart in front of the horse. It's better for us to find out exactly what is going on first. We thank God that we just confirmed the commissioners now. And commissioners will be put in their defense portfolios by this week. Tomorrow is the swearing. I think we should give it
just a little bit of time, even though we know there's no time. And time is of the essence. But still, let us give them time. Once we know who the commissioner for the education is, once we know who the chairman of the SUBEB is, then we cannot take appropriate actions. Even within the House, we are tired of constituting ad hoc committee. We want standing committee so that the information of the work that is being done is still within the database of that committee, rather than constituting another committee and then resolving it once their job is done. Although it might be unrelated, but I've also directed that the standing committee, they should sit down. They should be, this particular job will be headed by the Deputy Speaker. I exert myself. Point of call will be to determine the committees that we intend to use in the 10th Assembly. What are the committees we intend to use? How many are they? Before we now start talking about populating these committees. So when you come up with that, the same way the executive are already working on, they've already almost finished. I believe they just have 2 more commissioner designates to go through. And after that, they wrapped up their commissioners. We also, in the House of Assembly, should work as fast as possible to ensure that we have all our committees in place to better represent our people. We will not declare a state of emergency just yet. We will first do our due diligence to ensure that the executive are on the same page as the people which we represent. Let's work on that first, and then we will see where that leads us. The resolution within this motion is to urge the executive arm of government through Oyo State Universal Basic Education Board, SUBEB, to, as a matter of urgency, take necessary steps to employ required and duly qualified teachers to primary school. And you have to remember, I remember when we raised the motion on TESCOM, situation on TESCOM, we put a clause that they should have duly qualified teachers. And then when the screening at the exam, when it was time for screening at the exam, people were crying that the exam was very hard. We were also trying to find out how we can help some of our people into the system. Whereby we are the same people that we are saying that we should employ duly qualified teachers. So therefore, exactly, there are some sectors that we cannot play with: health, education. We need qualified hands for those sectors. Just because maybe we are privileged to be able to afford private schools or private hospitals or whatnot doesn't mean that we should neglect the general public. I continue to read. The required and duly qualified teachers to primary schools across the states to fill existing vacancies and safeguard the educational policies of the present administration. That is the resolution within this motion. Although SUBEB doesn't have the chairman yet, but this resolution should be forwarded to SUBEB as at the time when that comes. And by the time we have the commissioners, we have the chairman of the SUBEB, we'll be able to raise this motion again, if need be, if we don't see the right body language from the executive. We will revisit this motion, but at this time, we would commit the work to this standing committee that would have already been constituted at the time, so that they can continue work and retain the information that or whatever work they get, and to continue working through this tenure. So therefore, the motion at the vote that is seconded, those in favor that the resolution within this motion be approved and adopted by this honorable House, say aye. Aye. Those against, say nay. Yes, Next item.